Raj has already finished up his tranquil boots.
then I'm picking Resolution. I don't think their lineup is that natural in itself to play, whereas the Radiant lineup is way more, you know, it's more straightforward, easier to execute, and in my book has better late game. I think this Morphling is going to own if he has a good game. So I'll do Rezo, and then the last one...
I did Rezo as well, as the last person to die.
Last player to kill, then I'm picking him.
Yeah, I think he's the hardest player to kill out of everyone on this field. Because who else would you go for? Everyone else is pretty susceptible just to feeding themselves to save somebody else.
Yeah. I'll do Lycan. Lineup is that natural in itself. I'll try Lycan. Whereas the Radiant lineup is way more more straightforward, easier to execute.
The issue I see for Arteezy is the fact, like when he goes to dog form, he's just going to get trapped inside the chronosphere and brought down.
So I'll do Rezo, and then the
biggest
one...
I did Rezo as well, as the last person to die.
Last player to just pick him.
Yeah. So I think he's the hardest player to kill. Lane-wise, we're going to start on this field. Start with Ghostic on the bot lane, up against everyone else. Offlane Arteezy and himself to save somebody else.
Yeah. I'll do Lycan. Lineup is that natural in itself. I'll try Lycan. Whereas the Radiant lineup is... A lot about who himself win. But I think I like Empire's draft a lot here, and EG comes down to like a lot about clutchness. I don't think their lineup is that natural in itself to play, whereas the Radiant lineup is way more, you know, it's more straightforward, easier to execute, and in my book has better late game. I think this Morphling is going to own if he has a good game. So I'll do Rezo, and then the last one...
I did Rezo as well, as the last person to die.
Last player to be killed, you picked him.
Yeah, I think he's the hardest player to kill out of everyone on this field. Because who else would you go for? Everyone else is pretty susceptible just to feeding themselves to save somebody else.
Yeah. I'll do Lycan.
You do Lycan?
I'll try Lycan. I think there's a fairly good chance that Arteezy is going to kill the lane and that Morph dies once.
The issue I see for Arteezy is the fact, like when he goes to dog form, he's just going to get trapped inside the chronosphere and brought down. That's the biggest concern I have for him.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. It's just that, yeah.
So,
we'll see.
Lane-wise, we're going to start with Ghostic on the bot lane, up against an off-lane Arteezy and Earthshaker crit. Puts the Doombringer into the jungle at the very beginning. Resolution will play that mid with Vaposhka, so it's actually a Morphling and a Lich running this dual mid, and Zai is realizing very quickly he cannot zone this out to help out Samel, which leaves the last lane. It's Universe who is running on the safer lane for EG, up on the top, up against FN's Faceless Void. So, should be a pretty quick level 6 up the Faceless Void. Not to mention the same for the Enchantment.
It's a massively inch-favorite lane. Universe is going to love this.
It did go for Untouchable level 1, so he can't pick up the health edge just yet to harass with it.
It's just this Untouchable actually just allows him to hit the Void kind of in the creep wave even. It's almost the same as having an Orb Walk, just because the creeps, the 40 attack speed level 1 is so good. They barely hit him when he goes for him.
And this has happened again. It's the double wave of Sumail underneath the tower. Zai is just continuously just rip-tiding onto Resolution, who's very, very low. Don't make a liar of me, Resolution. He's going to salve up quickly.
Oh yeah, you picked Morphling to die last.
Yeah, I did. Do you have to have like a semi-submissive laugh?
I mean, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. That was not my laugh.
It wasn't.
I know you sound.
That's what I heard.
I know you sound different to yourself. Like your voice sounds different to yourself than to other people because of how it resonates within your skull.
Really?
The difference is not that big.
And I already hate the sound of my own voice. Maybe that's why other people hate it more.
If it's comforting, you don't sound like a witch.
Thank you.
You got that going.
Thank you, Syndrin.
Sound like something else that's bad though. It's not a witch at least.
It's called a foghorn. Naga?
还是要死，对。
是的，烫死了。
What the hell? Not exactly where I thought Crit would end up.
Roger came in with a double damage on Doom and he had the Hurl Boulder creep, so
Yeah.
it's a really high damage output when it comes to like that.
Into the Toby 1 special. Missing First Blood. Resolution takes the arrow from Aboshka. And Snare into arrow is now the combination that EG are trialing.
Pretty good synergy. Often you would think, oh wow, it's so easy to hit the arrow because you have like this lockdown of Ensnare, and that's true, but you need to remember neither ability does really good damage.
So. TZ triggering off the Howl. I'm not certain if that's actually meant to help him kill in a different lane. Zaya's also there because the Fidge kind of blocked him off. Now Roger beating into crit. He's already thrown off his Hurling Boulder, puts down the Scorched Earth, so he's got the movement speed, but then gets blocked in by the Dire Creep Wave on one side and the Treants on the other.
Zero mana cost 125 damage. It's pretty nice. Just being able to walk in and throw one boulder onto the Shaker, harass him really hard. Bounty Rune. And, well, so far so good for the laning stage. It's pretty even overall. The
Ench is ripping.
Yes, that is the main thing. This Ench will have such a good time. And then the question is, how good is Ench this game against the cores of the Radiant? I think it's pretty good against Morph until Morph gets farmed, at which point the shotgun starts getting very dangerous for a hero like Ench with so low base health. But she's pretty good against Doom, and she is pretty good against both the Nature's Prophet and the Void. So
they're roaming again.
he walks into the tree line on the right edge, and they killed all
the chrono!
They killed all 3 illusions before they found out which one was the real one of Zai because of his movement pattern. They misled him really, really well there.
Arteezy will burn to Roger. They stuck around too long now. Universe, all that farm coming to the off lane. And they'll look to fight harder.
And I'm just wondering how Sumail killed these heroes mid. Like, I don't understand how that's even possible. He killed the Morphling first, and then he killed the Lich after. 1 on 2, while being dual lane by 2 heroes that were the same level as him. It's kind of unbelievable to me how that happened, but that bottom fight was really good to watch too. Yeah. Pick, ball, arrow.
Perfect. Hits on resolution. He already got the strength morph up, but he's got 2 stick charges. And the waveform. Sumail, the waveform, actually helping to dodge. Starfall was on its way down from Sumail, and Roger will now arrive.
It's still very good pressure from them. Even though resolution stays alive, he has to spend a lot of time and energy morphing back here. He'll have to go and at least expend a shrine or run all the way back to base.
Radiant's bottom
Looks like it's going to be the shrine route.
Attack.
He wants to go use that. Morph to agility.
So Ghostic has to rotate top. Arteezy is there with him, so they're keeping the lanes paired at least. And then FN against Universe, who he went for a 4-1-2-1 at the moment. And going to go for a little bit more of early drops. Damn FN. When he's got a Time Walk and then gets enchanted again, doesn't have Time Walk available. Roger in the neighborhood can look for the Infernal Blade, takes forever to swing. In fact, he never even got it down. 4 points untouchable. This sword is heavy. Sumail.
That is like the worst. Hitting with Infernal Blade onto enchantment is the worst.
Wait, they're actually still fighting? Sumail leaps out. Resolution. Sumail shouldn't find the kill. And Ghostic is having to defend the top lane. Arteezy just cut through the Quelling Blades. They can still keep beating into the tier 1 tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fortification will slow things up a little bit.
Fortified.
And Doom's rotation. It may not be enough with that EG aggressive ward on the hillside. They have a lot of vision around this tier 1 tower, so they know exactly what they can get away with. And if they don't go down a bottom lane, Universe is just going to take the tier 1 on bottom anyway.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Well, he's going to just sit here. It's very difficult for the Radiant lineup to kill this inch at this current point in time. So Universe knows that they will have to bring like 2, maybe 3 heroes, and if he gets killed by that, then so be it. It's a big rotation, and if they don't come, he's going to slow.
He's going to say they're absolute bastards for not killing him for town before the 10-minute mark.
That didn't happen.
We got so many low tier 1 towers on Empire, but EG haven't committed. That double kill in mid actually slowed things down a hell of a lot for Empire, but still they hold the line.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought there was going to be some sort of tower falling to get this lineups, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't happen. They're very focused on counterplaying each other in the lanes rather than committing to push with the Nature's Prophet Treants or with Ent rotating in with creeps, especially because it's an off-lane. It makes it different.
Roger's hiding under the cover of smoke. I think they want to go on mid as Ghostic. Leap's already been used, but he cannot get in range of the Sprout. Instead, it's going to be Fissure into Arrow, and Ghostic just comes in to die. At the same time, on the bottom lane, it's Chronosphere, Chain Frost, Frost Blast, and Universe is killed in the off lane. That's a huge kill for Empire as well.
Pretty even trade-off overall. Surprised Nature's Prophet chased that down though. Like that was not a play anymore. Ghostic to try to go for it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But still, it's pretty even overall this game. Minor lead for EG, arguably for the gold, but I think it's so negligible at this point that we shouldn't even really be thinking too much about it. Just look at mainly how the cores are progressing. If the Morphling is reaching the key items that he wants to have at this point in the Mirana. Sumail, I think, is having a very good performance so far.
Song of the Siren's also going to be coming online very soon for Naga. She's leeching the experience from the bottom lane, and that gives Zai that 6 now.
Yep.
So at least they have some kind of answer to Chrono Lich ulti. Maybe not if they both get on. And you're just going to force the lane. Stolen Catapult in hand. A traitor in the midst.
Yep, that tower's definitely going to fall here.
Dire's middle tower.
It's difficult for Empire to come over and defend it. They're hunting down Crit right now, but not going to manage. He's going to drop a ward on his way out in the fog. Very nicely done. And let's see if Empire can get some sort of a trade. They're looking at maybe putting some pressure top. At least the Treants are there. They are not finding the push right now.
Not finding anyone. Arteezy is abandoned to the jungle, and again, Arteezy, he did this yesterday. He's going for the Necro Rush on the Lycan.
That has been... That's just come back somehow. I don't even think the item has been buffed. It's been buffed as of late, but not in between when this item wasn't purchased at all and when it's being purchased every game now. I think every Lycan this tournament has bought it as first item. Which is very interesting because 2 months back, without a change to the hero, everyone was going Mask of Madness into Armlet. And then EKB, like those combat builds were way more popular. Bottom lane. Yeah, did get a Doom here.
Oh, he's gonna get one off. Remember, Zai still got that Song of the Siren, so everybody just hold your horses. Zai will do his TP out, and EG will bail. Meanwhile, Resolution, though, doing a lot of damage to that mid-tier 1. So he will be able to take it unless crit. Fissure, Zai, he's got an ensnare, so he can hold him here, but it's not going to stop Resolution from killing the tower. Sumail, okay, Wrath of Nature, Zai! Resolution just kills him off. It's a short-range arrow from Sumail, so doesn't have enough damage. The Lich Ulti will fly up. Crit needs to keep his distance. Sumail will survive. And Crit. Okay, he's got enough mana for a Fissure, but he's also got not enough life to survive. Sumail, maybe hoping Resolution was baited heavily into that universe. Has that movement speed, trigger the drum charge. Resolution starts his TP out, and they don't have damage. Universe too close to get enough damage out of that Impetus.
Very nice play from Resolution. There. Excellent use of playing the hero to its limits. That's one of the very unique things about Morphling is how you can go for these dives that seem completely hopeless and actually get away with it. Finding those 2 kills there was very, very well played. And because of that, he's kind of tied for first place now on net worth. And he's going straight E-Blade. No Linkins or anything of that sort this game, just straight into that shotgun. And then Ench will have a problem. I think we might need to see more than just a cloak come out from Universe here. He might have to completely delivered. Oh, he has actually delivered. Drum's Hood into Pike. It looks like the route for Ench.
So take it that way. I'm still interested to see how they... because the reason why I'm kind of like leaning towards EG as far as Victor's in this game is just because the Song of the Siren control reset seems to be too strong. And allow the Lycan to basically do whatever he wants or protect that one core. And we saw what happened yesterday with Arteezy's Lycan. You win one fight, you win it all. But at the same time, you don't really have a great big follow-up to the Naga song. It's always a get out of jail free card.
Yeah. I have seen this game so many times, this exact game. Resolution uncountered Morphling with a
yeah.
That was half of DC's games at TI6, or at least a lot of them. They had so many Reso Morphling wins where it was picked late in a great game.
Oh, they're going to fight mid. Looks like the arrow connected over on the Doombringer. Sumail comes in range for the double Starfall, hits heavily onto Maposhka, who will evaporate under Arteezy. Lajoldi continues to bounce around with Ghostic trapped in the trees. Once again, a good old tree trapping. In this case, it was the Wolves as well as the Necrobook Micro from Arteezy to be spot on. And EG rotate quickly down to the bottom lane. Universe with the Stolen Catapult has already done significant damage to the tier 2 and should claim it now. If they can get backdoor regeneration to turn off.
Yeah, he's gonna get it now. Does TP down low. Oh, they're gonna try to kill here. Morphling is coming in from above.
Radiant structure
Lich in the lane.
The Observer Ward sees too much.
Crit will... wait for?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Need to be able to see him properly. Yep. The catapult didn't kill the tower. It's got 22 HP. So someone will have to come back to deny this. That'll be possible.
Radiant's bottom
2 hits because you put ice armor on it.
Working against yourself, wasted efficiency. It wouldn't have stayed alive if he did.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, that's the sound you make to win arguments. Oh, let's see. So, top lane, Roger and FN are eyeing this Lycan. They do have Chrono. We've seen very little Chrono usage.
Oh,
yep,
we'll see it again. Lycan, locked in position. Here comes your Wrath of Nature. It's going to bounce through. It doesn't actually connect properly onto Arteezy. The Doom should be enough. Sumail's trying to deny him. In fact, he'll succeed. Gets the proper deny off. And now is Empire on the run. Roger will fall. Universe in the right place. Ghostic creates some space with the Sprout. Holding Crit Sumail and Universe back. But Zai wraps him from around the side. And Nature's Prophet will die. Universe has the double kill. And what they really get in return, Arteezy was killed by a teammate.
And that was really good rotation from EG. Just quick response, bringing up the whole team in with TPs and movement from the mid area. And Empire just didn't have the numbers. They were trying to go for that kill with 3 under the tier 2, and it's not a fast kill. Chrono into Doom with Lich, with no good Chain Frost available. It takes a long time.
Did he also hit him with the first point of Wrath of Nature? Or did he get really unlucky, didn't bounce through?
I think they hit him with like one of the, maybe the, somewhere around the lane. Chain Frost. Oh, wow. All right.
Well, there goes Universe.
That's why he should have bought the hood before the force stack. But it's hard to foresee that this play is going to happen.
When you're up against Nature's Prophet strat, you kind of want to have the force staff as
yeah,
well.
there's good cases to be made for both items, but that's a death he won't have with the hood for sure.
Well, they're going for a trade-off, so you've lost your off-lane at Universe. Samael, I don't know if he really meant to leave outside of the pit just then, but left outside the pit, has to walk back around, so they'll grab Roshan. And the trade-off is actually a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower plus the Enchantress.
That's just more than good enough for Empire. Yeah. It's an Aegis on the Mirana, which is good, but this is an E-Blade Morphling minute 18 about to come in. He needs 100 gold now.
It's amazing to the level of fun Ghostix pulled off this map. Getting that early hand of Midas, he can go into his Maelstrom nice and quickly. You've got a lot of early damage from FM thanks to the Mask of Madness. He's also staring down the barrel of having Shadow Blade very quickly too.
Yep.
Even Medallion for Maposhka. And Roger, he went for the bit more of an armor item. He needed something at the start of the buckler. But his Blink Dagger, he's 700-ish away gold from having it. And Samel's going to try and do something about that now.
Yep.
In they run. Here comes Dog. And Roger.
Here comes Dog. That's the miss arrow.
Samael has actually been missing a bunch of them. I don't know if you noticed in that gank up on the top, he leaped into the middle of 2 creep wedges through an arrow.
I mean, it's not easy to hit that arrow either. It's, you know, it just looks funny because, you know, he's at a crossroads where he can run either right or run down, and you just like 50-50 it, and it looks like you missed the arrow awfully, but at the end of the day, you have to pick, right? You just take it. Universia. Woo! Is the E-Blade used? Revealed from Resolution. This is... I think this is the best Morphling draft I have seen in very, very long. Like, oh, that's another of those arrows.
Yeah, left or right?
Oh,
which way do you go? Resolution went right.
I think Rezo's gonna take off this game.
Yeah.
He's gonna be absolutely crazy. If you have a game with Morphling where you can afford to go this build, it's sick. Like, most of the times, like, I probably have to get a Linkens because of this and this, or maybe a Perseverance to sustain in my lane, or whatever. But he gets this really quick E-Blade with the bottle build-up, and he just keeps
body block. It's Arteezy with the Wolves just holding the posture position long enough so Zai can get the ensnare. A quick TP out was a wise thing to do, but crit in the neighborhood cancels off the TP.
Yep.
They burn Necros as well for this. This has to turn into some level of push then.
I don't think they can.
Well, they're probably too scared going against Resolution at the moment.
Yeah, he can kind of just pick a target and kill it, almost, except Lycan. Lycan's very tanky. I guess there's an Aegis on Mirana for now, and Sumail went first item Linkens, by the way, so he has tools to deal with the shotgun for now.
I'm wondering then if Resolution gets something
He's trying an arrow
else.
mid, this could be big.
Resolution stands still, protected by the range creep as well as the siege. Yeah, is there another item that you should go to then break the Linkens for a Morphle?
I don't think so. I think he's gonna target other heroes or have his teammates, rely on his teammates breaking that Linken somehow. Chain Frost cast or a Frost Blast, if that can reach Sprout.
Universe actually slowing down the Doombringer. The trees try and do the body block once more. Zai hits the ensnare and Doombringer starts to TP straight away, and the damage, it will not be enough, and they do not commit the Song of the Siren for this. They need it for the team fight. Ghostic, this arrow is going to connect. Trapped in his own ceremonial tree circle of death.
That would have been worth the song.
To kill the Doom as well.
I think this is not a... We're not in a position here where that big team fight is going to break out, I think. It is a long cooldown, though. It's a hard decision.
5 seconds on Lich, and got that one.
Yep. I mean, that's the main thing with a hero like Mirana. You're going to miss arrows. You need to keep trying to hit them, and then when you get the timing right and the movement is... Let's say they move the correct way 3 times, and the 4th time they don't. And then that's the kill. If you don't fire the arrows, you're not going to hit.
It's also a really good prediction from him too. Like, the 2 Observer Wards were there for the Radiant side. And there's maybe another reason, too, why you're seeing Arteezy triggering his Necro books all the time.
Rezo could die here if his arrow hits.
Samael, he connects on it. Universe can hold him in position long enough. Strength morph, not enough.
That is so big.
And they got the
might even
Fissure
get a
as well.
fan. Yeah, does he?
He's got Shadow Blade. Like, they need to have reveal to make this work, and they don't have it.
Under attack.
That's the biggest kill on the map, though.
In fact, no one has reveal on EG.
They watched Cloud9's game yesterday. Look at Samael's confidence, the way he's like moving around the map. And it's just this Lincoln Sphere that gives him this big feeling of safety. He can't get stopped by Doom. He can't get shotgunned down. They need to have like a very specific combination of heroes. So he's kind of making the Radiant jungle his own.
Before you can even hit that point for the ball, you're like, what can I have to trigger off the Lincoln Sphere so I can hit my combination? Samael makes the most out of the time. Power buff up. Send the illusions in. Beat the tower down. And that sounds like Aegis the Immortal now
quick work of it. 2 damage per hit. If they stood there for 2 minutes, they would get this tower.
Critical damage.
Impressive.
So it looks like Zai is actually, he got his own Hood of Defiance.
Oh, Empire looking for a kill.
You don't want to pick up the bounty in case there's an observer.
Samael would be a really
Hi!
good kill, but they,
Hi! 4-star for drum charge. Universe is out of charges now, but hey, 4-star pays off.
Moonlight turnaround. Miposhka is in a really bad spot now. He's going to try to TP out.
Arrow!
Oh!
Just off the mark, and Zai can't get the ensnare in time either. Damage increase is now going to really start to pop up. Maelstrom completed for Samael. Crit's already got his Blink Dagger as well, so they've got that jump into Echo Slam. Universe is finally going back to now range, so less defense build. He's going to finish up that Hurricane Pike. And Diffusal Blade, fully done for Arteezy. Had the Necros for a while, but has been AFK farming for most of the time.
Yep, he's keeping a really good pace on the Lycan. He's very farmed. Together with the Mirana.
Crit Samael, the wraparound. So they see enough, the wolves are coming down. Crit starts the fissure, it's a perfect block on the Lich. The crit waves will tank the arrow for him, however.
What an awkward moment. He's just standing there with 2 wolves and nobody wants to go in from either side. Nobody's helping him against the wolves, nobody's going on the Lich. Oh, okay.
I don't know what to do with this. I just caught a fish. I'm not certain if it's the right size. Like, do I throw it back or do I actually eat it?
Is this legal?
Well, for now, EG are happy just to move back into their farming position. Same for Ghostic. He loves this. The longer this game drags on, the more he can split push, the more his minus will go to work. And the better opportunity maybe FN can find to synergize with his ulti and to give Resolution more space to farm. Resolution now working his way into that Manta style. So lockdown control on him is going to become 10 times harder. Resolution! Oh, he jumped in. It was actually the replicant. One last little swipe onto Crit. Will find the kill.
His mana's pretty low. Samael has definitely got eyes on him right now.
Intel tread switch and then just waveform down. Shrine's available and well, the arrow, it flies and it does hit Resolution, but he's already into the safety of the Shrine. And Arteezy did burn Necros before, and he just burned his wolf form too.
I wonder how EG are feeling about this game, like the progression of it relative to the draft they have. Do they feel comfortable that it's alright, we probably feel like this game is even right now, like both teams are farming, but we're going to be able to take it late? Because I'm not really feeling that when I look at the draft. Like it just feels like Empire's late game would be so dangerous to play. So you're fighting into Chrono, this fat Morphling, Doom is always a threat in the late game.
Yeah, I can't help but agree with you, but I know there's one thing that EG will always hold on to. You get that huge Echo Slam in from Crit, you get the team fight win, and then the pushing speed and damage that comes from Arteezy will be insane.
If they land a great Echo, then for sure. But the question for me is now if that's what
FN, Chrono's on bottom lane, Resolution's going to come and join them. Doesn't want to let anything go, the arrow flies through both FN as well as Resolution. Zai not wanting to turn off the Song of the Siren. Arteezy's here as well, Ensnare, tries in Resolution to be waveforms away at the right time. And more trees get created, more and more support comes in. Actually, as I say that, FN TP's back to base. He is no longer here for the fight now that Chronosphere is gone. He wants to complete up his diffusal blade before they take the fight.
Yep. Oh, this is fully on there now. And this Nature's Prophet's getting farmed as well.
Yeah.
All of the cores in the game are actually faring very well.
You know that longest game in the tournament that could happen?
Could be this one, yeah.
It actually could be this one.
This game has the potential to go very late. At the same time, it also has the potential to end in like 15 minutes. Like, this game is very unpredictable right now.
If that happened, then it was like EG taking like the unbelievable fight against Resolution while his buyback's down, and then they win.
Either that, or they get like 1 or 2 good chronos, and they just push with this Manta style that Mortling has soon. He just gets 1 or 2 lanes of rack. Both lineups are very, very fast at punishing. They find the right type of fight. But it's been very even so far, so those moments haven't really arisen very much.
EG were looking for an opening. They don't find anything. They moonlight shadowed and found absolutely nothing.
To the gills.
Chrono is still on cooldown, so I think Empire is just going to take it easy and happy that he was unsuccessful. And they're just going to... That's another aspect we haven't really talked about. This Radiant lineup split pushes super well. It's not only the Nature's Prophet, but you have Nature's Prophet and you have the Replicate to play around with later. And then if EG wants to try and go and deal with the split push, there's the threat of the Shadowblade Void just popping up and killing with any of the cores that you're going to counterplay. So,
and even if they deal with a split push, like even if they push the lanes in and they want to go high ground, they're still going high ground against a Chronosphere with a Lich. Yep. Against massive pop damage coming in from a Morphling, which is going to delete one of your heroes at the start of the fight too.
It is difficult, but EG are playing the game very well, I think. They're not really gaining an advantage, but they're keeping the status quo against a lineup that finds this much farm, and they're avoiding getting picked off, and they're counterplaying very well when these Chrono attempts come out and the Doom comes out. They're very fast to TP in the Song of the Siren, so they're definitely playing the tools they have very well. I want to see that moment in this game that, you know, that just makes me like, okay, EG can totally just win this game. And I feel like we've played for 15 minutes now, and that moment just isn't happening. Like there isn't that timing where you're just like, oh, this is what the lineup is meant to do.
But I think they're still trying to work it out themselves too. Like, you saw on bottom lane when you went for the Song of the Siren, the arrow flies out from Smell. Smell's like, I want to kill now. And the rest of them were just like, I don't think it's the opportunity. So they have to work it out themselves. Maybe they have a 5-man smoke maneuver. They come down, Universe, actually it has his smoke broken by the Lich.
Oh, they get broke maybe.
This...
That's big. It's
FN's coming in. FN's coming in. Where's the vision? Where's the detection? I'm seeing Observer Wards. The Necrobooks are up inside the pit. They'll see FN if he walks in, but now the Chronosphere. Time dilation starts and Roshan's really, really low. He time walks away. They get the Doom off onto Crit, but Roger is going to lose his life for this Universe just doing the work. Now the Chrono on the back lines. Resolution is going for the rack. This classic Rezo style. Like it. Arteezy, he'll bring down the Aegis Immortal. Roshan is theirs, but Resolution, he's almost finished the melee racks. Ghostic will join him, and they get it. Do they get out safely? Ghostic starts his TP. The pop will actually go and like it, but Universe doesn't actually have a stun. Then both of them don't. They have to accept the fact, yes, you got Roshan, but you just lost your bottom lane.
Yeah, that's what's so dangerous in this game, again. I feel like this moment just showed everything that can happen, right? Like, there's constantly the threat of the Void going in for the Chrono that they need to play around. There's always the split push threat, and this whole team fight that can just come together. And EG have to maneuver all of these difficulties in the game, and they do get the Roche, they get Aegis and Cheese, they got kills in the pit, but it did cost them. And that's overall a fairly even trade at the end of the day. Like, they didn't really lose gold or experience in that sense. They lost a bit of map control. But
you're up against a split push lineup, and now your bottom lane is going to continuously pressure.
They need to use this Aegis and Cheese, else this was not worth it at all.
They found an opening. It's going to be Nature's Prophet. Crit trying to keep him there. Doesn't have Echo Slam, but together they will stand inside the trees again. And Crit will slam him down. So no Nature's Prophet for 51 seconds. He has buyback available. But Arteezy also has to...
Could get chronoed here.
Yeah, they're looking at it.
They don't have it.
Oh boy. So he just triggers Necrobooks. There's your E-Blade pop. Actually decides to Adapted Strike and Melee Creep and FN. No Time Walk. The visual hold him there. Faceless Void is down. So now this is exactly what we were talking about on the other side. EG with one good fight. I don't know.
What just happened? He just walked in and popped his Mask of Madness without having chrono, and then he just got fissured and died because he couldn't use Time Walk. because he used his Mass Madness. Oops. FN, that ain't good. That was a really big mess up actually from Empire. That's gonna cost the Rax.
Yeah.
Never mind. Let's just go down the other way.
We're going the opposite direction. You lose one bad fight, EG can push, but how much damage can be done? Resolution's going in through the bottom. He's finishing up the range Rax, but EG, you've gotta like it. He just lost his Necro books. The Howl is worn off. They're still beating into the tier 3 tower. Resolution's going for tier 4s. Come on, Resolution. You can't be serious. EG won't take you serious for this, or maybe they will. Roger's here too. They're beating the tier 4 towers down. Resolution will keep going. He waveforms over the Echo Slam from Crit. It doesn't have its effect that he wants. Resolution needs one more hit. He'll jump down to the Replicant, which is all the way down in the bottom lane. As Roger, TP start, blinks in a couple of seconds. RTC will find him. Crit will come in for the stun. So Doombringer will lose his life. But is this really now how Resolution sees he wins the fight? Samael almost dying, will die. Ghost it gets the hit in. But Melee Rax has been lost on the bottom lane now for Team Empire.
Oh, Artee's is actually maybe going to kill him. Got just got enough mana to TP out there from the shrine.
Wow, Speaking of which, Arteezy will get rid of that now.
This is so crazy, actually.
This is anyone's game on any front. Resolution is now just open up the bottom lane. But if it happens again, he'll just TP in and then take out the tier 4 tower and open up the fortress, open up the ancient.
EG still have the cheese, however, and it's important to keep in mind because yes, they lost. You know, I wanted them to use the Aegis and cheese, and they used it big time, right? They got 1.5 lanes of Rax, and Samael got multiple kills. I don't remember if he forced any buybacks, but at least he got the bottom Rax by using his Aegis. So they made sure to get value out of that advantage that they had, and it makes EG. It puts them in a really comfortable position. Like, this 8k lead is pretty big. Rax down on both sides still. It's a considerable amount, minute 34.
Yeah, now both teams are taking care of the shrines on either side too. So they're all, like, systematically removing the outer points that you can move to.
Unfortunately, this super treant that Universe took just had Howl, and it's kind of beating all of the 4 treants that are hitting the shrine. What a great fight this is. That's what I watch Dota for. I just want to see nature fighting itself.
It's PvE versus PvE, but all controlled by evil masterminds.
Yep.
Puppets on strings.
For the dead.
Son of a...
And this game... Never believe anyone's won. So how strong is Resolution really getting? Like, if he's going to go in for this, he's building in towards Ascadi as his second item. That's a lot of survivability. I thought for a moment he might actually try and go for more... I don't want to say building killers, because Skadi's going to help him do that anyway.
He could go water. That was another option. It's good against the Lycan and the Maranas. I don't it gives him damage on the shotgun.
Both won't go MKB unless they're really forced to.
Yeah, and it helps him push faster. But the Skadi is just a nice, well-rounded item. He's had some mana problems in a couple of fights. That might be what's making him go for this item. Just so he feels confident that he can go in, fight, and still get out against this Necro book that's been really annoying. An alternative choice could have been getting a Linken's now against those Necros, just to be able to break the mana drain, but I think Scotty is just the superior choice if that's what you're getting it for anyway.
The Moonlight Shadow, they come over, that Observer and Sentry. The Sentry's just out of range of the Obs, so Empire won't know the vision was planted down, but they know that something's up. They're already hiding in the tree lines. The Shadow Blade triggered off on the Faceless Void. Still a little bit short of his BKB. That's why he came out. He's looking for the farm, and I'm looking at Resolution's Replicant on bottom. He's pushing the top lane. He's keeping Lycan there.
Quick
and
reaction.
now Prophet TP's down to the bottom lane.
Oh, Samael. Oh, if they would have seen that, he just leapt in and got stuck in the trees close to the tier 2 tower, but they saw it too late and he TP'd out immediately.
Resolution's not showing himself on the bottom.
Miposhka?
TP? Not gonna work.
Yeah, well.
He seems to be very much alone.
It's one of those moments where you're a poor support and you're split pushing the side of the map. You're like, okay, 4 heroes come get me, I pay for information, and my kill is very low value, and I keep trying to shove the waves out and just do something. I think in this instance, that wasn't really worth it just because he kind of knew where they were anyway. Like they blinked down to try to kill the Doom at the tier 2 tower, and he blinked out just as fast, so I feel like the information was already available.
Arrow, mid, FN's dead. That damage from Samael is just so quick and heavy. FN didn't stand a chance.
That was without Howl as well.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
There was actually one thing I was wondering about. Now the more I'm thinking about it, I like Zai's choice more and more. The Blink Dagger onto the Naga Siren. Because it means that he could be that blink into a quick disable, blink into the perfect song in the Siren position, blink into putting in an Observer Ward, and gets the song off, but he can't get out. But then again, he can. In 3, 2, 1 is... Nice. Okay, well, Resolution will do that. And then Adaptive Strike, he blinks down. Resolution, get the hell out of here. Does he actually have... He does have a replica to jump to for the moment. He's got Mana Styles available, but not anymore. Out of mana and out of life. No buyback for Resolution, and Zai just applauds himself for a great play.
That's his second really nice movement with that Naga.
And the second call from Empire to die in the space of 1 minute.
The ward just got pinged out by FN as well. He pinged him. There's no way he did that without having vision on you the whole time, Rezo. Like, else why did you even find him in there in the first place? But that is his support, setting up a kill on the most farm here on the Radiant side, and pretty much putting EG in a great position again.
Bye, Maposhka.
See ya.
He actually needs to stay alive. Like, his combination with FN is what holds the high ground for Team Empire. And that's all they have to do. Hold the high ground, because if they lose another lane of Rax, even with a split push lineup, it's going to be difficult.
He's going to buy back 2 nice armor on the tower.
Yeah. And also be in the right position for FN.
They need to buy 20 seconds.
Well, okay, yes, it's Roger who is TPing back. He's got more boulders to hold. Doesn't matter if he dies, right?
Sumail, it's so hard.
Yeah.
This AC. Who has the AC?
It's...
Lycan? Oh, Lycan walked away though. No, it's not activated.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Oh, here's your Blinken. Unable to actually get what he wants. Arteezy does commit dog form, but they don't go any further in. Not the Resolution is... Now that Resolution's back up again. They are really being respectful of the high ground defense that Team Empire offers. They may want to still be concerned, however. Yeah, you brought down the melee racks at the bottom, but there's still momentum from Team Empire. Every time at the bottom, the 3-way arrow from Sumail. Crit gets a double stun. The illusions aren't doing enough damage, but Crit just tries to hold Doom in position. Nice heal scepter up. Dodges the E-Blade combination. The Resolution wanted to just kill Crit off with Roger. Is there a force up? Is there something? He tries to turn and goes for the Doom onto the Enchantress. He'll lose his life and send a second Doomlings up, allowing Resolution to try and find this kill. But Sumail is already doing his work. Resolution, they just gonna hold him there. It's Sumail further up north that found all the kills. Now the ES will fall. And Sumail, FN, time lock. How many locks can you get? The E-Blade pop is there, but Mirana having the extra life. She's being triggered. Resolution tanking up and actually dodging the arrows. Arteezy's back into the fight. Where's your time lock? FN will get the kill. A huge streak to end, but Morphling is down too. FN will fall, and the last surviving elite race is that of the dog. The Lycan will survive.
He's going to force a buyback as well.
There's one from the Prophet.
Yep.
But the bottom lane is still pressuring in. Everyone has buyback available apart from the Lich.
EG has been doing such a good job at just combining spells and finding openings. I feel like the last... After we had that like big lull for 10-15 minutes from minute 15 to 30, they have just been making the superior plays. They're finding better picks, they're making better coordinated movements, and Empire are a little bit less connected in their plays. And that's what's costing them. This move they got bottom where they got the racks was a really good trade-off, but after that there's been like these slip-ups here and there, like Morphling dying on the right-hand side, the Void dying in, I can't remember which moment, like these... Yeah, and the Furion has been caught out like multiple times in the Dire Jungle, and this just adds up. Like, EG are just getting way too many kills. And they're outplaying Empire. I still really like the way this game was going with Empire's draft and everything, but gotta give credit where it's due. I don't think this is a draft win for EG. I think they're just...
Universe happy to sit in the front lines. Morphling and Void are now respawning, and Prophet, yeah, he feels something is awry. Sprouts for vision only, doesn't have the ability to summon treants just yet. Zai's trying to keep that bottom lane at bay, but he doesn't have like a great counter-pushing lineup. The item build, sorry.
Let's see here. There is a smoke available for Empire. This Roshan is probably the game. This is the game-deciding moment. if Empire take a good fight here and get the Roche, they could look at a second lane of racks, depending on the buyback status of EG. They actually have plenty of buybacks, but they can at least do a high amount of damage to their economy. Or if EG gets this Roche, it kind of feels like they can just brute force down the final racks by using Lycan in one of the side lanes.
Oh, they found Universe. They're trapped inside the Chronosphere. Samel, what do you do? Moonlight Shadow throws out the arrows, but already they find the kill. The BKB isolating FM because the Song of the Siren from Zai kept everyone else asleep with a 3-man stun and Echo Slam. Crit will keep the control up. Morphling has to jump back out, but he can't get away far enough, or can he? A quick Yosef drop. Is this E-Blade pop comic? Can he kill somebody? No, it's Crit who will kill him instead. And that may just be the game. Buybacks, Morphling and Void will have to commit both of theirs, but no Chronosphere available. This bottom range racks likely to be the only thing that stands.
It's not standing.
They're actually splitting it up perfectly. Samael with the trip arrows once again flying out. They move over. Megas are up. They'll trigger the Lincoln Sphere with the Sprout, but already you'll lose the Nature's Prophet. And if Resolution dies again, then this game is over. And in fact, it already is. GG is the call. Evil Geniuses take game 1 at the 43-minute mark. I almost called that one perfectly. 10:45.
Yep.
Woo! One fight, and the damage was done.
That's all it takes if you find the right opportunities. EG played this this mid late game very well. I've said it multiple times, but that's at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. They found the right opportunities. They combined their spells better, and Empire's lineup had the potential to do something similar. Like if they find a good Chrono into Chainfrost, or a good start of the fight with a Doom into a kill from the Morphling or whatnot. But it was always EG.